I'm Jim Brackett with Shore Measuring Systems, and today I'm doing a demonstration of all three of our grain moisture testers, the 920, the 930, and 935. We're going to start by demonstrating the 920 machine, which is a standalone machine with a separate scale. So whenever we enter the test mode, the grain that we tested last is going to be on the screen. So in this case, it's durum wheat. Now, if we want to test a different grain, we can use these arrow keys to go through other commodities that are loaded on the machine. We just use these up and down arrow keys. So we're going to go back to durum wheat and tell it we want to test durum wheat. So it'll tell us the sample size that's needed for this particular commodity. So it says load 250 and press test. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our separate scale. We're going to zero it out. We're going to load. We're going to weigh out 250 grams of durum wheat. Okay, now we're going to load that into our dump cell. And since the machine told us to load 250 and test, we're going to push this button to load the grain sample and push test. And it gives us a reading of 28.8 degrees Celsius and 11.1% moisture content. Next, we're going to demonstrate the 930 machine. This machine tests for moisture content, temperature, test weight density, and also has an integrated scale. So when you turn the machine on, whatever commodity you last tested will come up on the screen. However, if you want to switch to a different commodity on the chart, you just use the up or down arrows. But in this case, we're going to stick with durum wheat. Now, the machine is telling us to load 250 grams for the sample. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the weigh screen. We're going to zero out the scale. We're going to put our USDA pint cup on and clear it out again. And it's telling us to load 250. So we're going to measure out 250 grams of durum. And then to test the sample, we're going to go back to our test screen. And it's telling us to load 250. So we're going to push it one more time. And we're going to put our 250 grams of durum in our dump cell and put it on the test cell, push the button, and push test one more time. The machine's reading 11.2% moisture, 75.6 Fahrenheit. 930 can also test for test weight density. So to do that, we're going to push weigh. We're going to put our USDA pint cup on the scale and zero it out. Then we're going to measure out an exact pint of this durum wheat sample. So what you want to do is overfill this cup and use the strike stick that comes with the package to use a zigzag pattern to strike off the pint cup to where it's exactly a pint. So we're going to put it back on the scale and we're going to push TW, test weight density, and you can see that it says 60.6 pounds per bushel. Next we'll be demonstrating the 935 machine. Now this machine tests for moisture content, temperature, and test weight density all at the same time. Now when you turn the machine on, whatever commodity you last tested will show up, in this case durum wheat. However, if you want to switch to a different commodity, all you need to do is press menu and then chart selection to access the other commodities. But we're going to stick with durum for now. Now you'll see this video is showing us to use a specific volume of a sample to test our durum. So our dump cell has a specific volume. So we're going to fill this, we're going to overfill this dump cell and then level it off with a strike so that we have a specific volume of sample. Now we put it over the test cell and all we need to do is just push this button. So the machine's telling us 11.1% moisture, 75.4 degrees Fahrenheit, and a test weight density of 60.6 pounds per bushel. When testing very fine commodities like canola on the 935, this extender is required on top of the dump cell. Now, when we enter the test mode for canola, it says place sample until it reaches 100%. So right now the machine's reading 0% of the sample size. So we're going to load this until it reads 100%, and I've already pre-measured this. This should be pretty close. So it's at 100%. Now the machine's telling us to dump the sample to test. And we are going to leave the dump cell and the extender on during this process. The machine's reading 6.7% moisture and 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below or email me at jbrackett@shoremeasuringsystems.com.